Yeah, you can lie about it, but it's not gonna change a thing. Maybe you'll try to hide it. Pull down the curtain where the light comes in. Baby, we walked this road so many times before, but you always stop at my door. Yeah, maybe we'll fight about it, but I won't be down about it.
Okay, keep that right there.
All I know is I've been around, I've seen it before. Baby, I know this show. I know my part, but down to the core. I don't wanna waste my time now, 'cause this is where I come in. I can tell the ending, but where it begins. I could forget about you, live out my days like it's still the same. There's still a part inside you, closing me out like I'm to blame. Yeah, we can fight about it, but I won't be down about it. All I know is I've been around, I've seen it before. Baby, I know this show. I know my part, but down to the core. I don't wanna waste my time now, 'cause this is where I come in. I can tell the ending, but where it begins.
Come on, hit that right, guys.
All I know is how it goes when a heart like yours beats a heart like mine. We could turn all the words to rhymes, but a love like ours will break with time. It will break with time. All I know is I've been around, I've seen it before. Baby, I know this show. I know my part, but down to the core. I don't wanna waste my time now, 'cause this is where I come in. I can tell the ending, but where it begins. All I know is I've been around, I've seen it before. Baby, I know this show. I know my part, but down to the core. I don't wanna waste my time now, 'cause this is where I come in. I can tell the ending, but where it begins.
What is up, Turtle Gang? It's good to see you guys. As you can see, I got the beautiful PJ and Lolo in the house with me tonight. So make sure, if you're just tuning in, you give this video a like. We are talking some true crime tonight. Okay. So first, PJ, real quick, do you want to jump into the Summer Wells stuff? Because I know there's a lot of rumors and things that have been going and being said on the internet about little Summer Wells.
I thought you would never ask. I'm always at work or I'm always asleep when you're live, and I've always had so much to say. But the last 24 hours, it seems like there's been a rumor started. And apparently, Candace was in Daisy's chat, just talking away in the chat, and Justin for All was watching the stream or listening or something. That part was confusing. But apparently, Daisy read the chat and she said hi to Candace, and then she read somebody else's statement. And I guess Justin thought that it was Candace that she was reading her statement. And the statement was something to the likes of enjoy your kids while you have them, summer's in heaven.
Okay, so and then Justin mistakenly thought Candace said that, and you're saying he ran with that rumor that Candace said that Summer was
in heaven.
Yeah, yes. Well, same thing. You can't be in heaven without being dead. I mean, I'm possibly, right. I just don't know. So come to find out though, that was somebody else that completely said that, and just misinformation being thrown out there. in the case.
Right. Well, meanwhile, Justin goes on stream with Nana for Life, I believe, and he's saying, I saw it myself. I heard her say it. She read the chat, and it was the first time anybody's ever heard or seen Candace type something to the effect of Summer being gone. And Tiffany Marie's listening to this. She decides to call TBI
and tell them that Candace has said Summer's dead. So just
Yes.
from this chat, all this is
Yes.
escalated into Summer's dead.
Mind you, well, by the time that I believe that Tiffany got a hold of the information, Daisy's stream had been taken down. So nobody could actually verify what was even said in the chat. And so all of the rumors and whatnot turned into, we're going to call TBI. And it was a couple of back and forths that they did. Now Tiffany's doing videos against Justin, I guess. And this is, I guess, really where true crime and drama seems to really mix together.
Okay, but there's still no. So Justin's swearing by he's seen Candace say this.
He did, but Daisy ended up giving the information from the chat, and it actually turned out to be a completely different person. The person's name was something
okay.
like, right.
So
definitely, it wasn't Candace at all. The way that Daisy read it made it seem like it was Candace, but it wasn't Candace.
Okay, so I wonder how many calls the TBI actually gets behind just people giving them a bunch of bullshit that they heard on the internet.
I think
that's probably what's making it so hard to even come up with anything in this, because right now, I mean, they still haven't cleared Don and Candace Wells. Is there any word where they're lurking at? I know last I heard they were in Arkansas, and you know, I seen Candace come up on the internet and she looked like she was tore up from the floor up, you know. So I don't think they're helping themselves in this situation. And the police, you know, at the 2-year mark said they would come out and make a statement soon about Summer Wells, but still we haven't heard them say anything. Not one thing.
We haven't. I can't understand the case there versus how it would go here. I know you've said it a couple times with how the Cody Bixby case was handled here. And to me, it seems more correct in how to handle something like this, because to me, if your child is your child, you're the one that's responsible for taking care of your child. And to me, it's like somebody should be held accountable for the fact that child is gone. I understand the child could have possibly been abducted, but there's really no sign of that. And you and me walked up that hill. I almost died trying to walk up that hill. I literally almost died. And it was cold outside.
If somebody's able to walk up and walk in, you know, and kidnap your kid, you're not watching your kid. That's clearly obvious of that. And that, you know, that's child neglect. It's neglectful not to watch children. So, you know, we've seen, like you said here in Virginia, Corey Bixby charged with it, but where I think Virginia done dropped the ball is they done let this man bond out of jail.
Oh, you don't want to get me started on that one.
I don't think they should have done that. You know what I'm saying? There's still things going on in the community to raise funds and things for Corey Bixby. And now the person that hurt him is free, you know, on house arrest and things like that. Now, I do think if this would have happened in Virginia, you know, apples to oranges, but I do think she would have been charged with some type of criminal child neglect. You know, whoever was responsible for that child at the time that she went missing was neglectful. And I do believe in Virginia, she would have been charged with that type of neglect. Now, Tennessee, maybe not. And now, I hate to switch subjects on you real fast, PJ, but that brings us in, you know, people being charged. The Carlee Russell girl, that disappearance. Okay, everybody, the internet's been going crazy about this, like it's an actual missing person case. I mean, it's getting so much coverage. There's people that's actually missing that's not getting the coverage that this girl is still getting. Okay. And it was just a big ass hoax. And she came up with the weirdest damn story. Her story made no damn sense. And she hasn't been charged yet. But do you believe that there may be some charges coming down on her?
Well, there was a press conference probably about an hour ago, maybe 2 hours ago. And she actually gave a statement through her lawyer. The police chief, whoever the official was that read the statement from her lawyer, it was from her. It basically stated that she lied. There was no child, there was no kidnapping. She claimed and made it very obvious that she did not leave the area. So, where were you? That wasn't answered. And basically, she asked for prayers while she gathers herself together or something, but she was literally having a birthday party for herself yesterday. And she doesn't really seem like she's ever had any kind of consequences in her life. To
Uh-huh.
me, I, she
I
just
heard
seems
a
like a
rumor.
brat.
I heard a rumor that JLR was at that press conference and he actually asked a question. Is that
I
true?
screen recorded. Yes, I screen recorded that part. It
I
was so
got to
funny
see
to
that.
me
I got to see that. And
because
he was like, "This
I
is
don't.
JLR investigates," and I want to know what was his question. I just heard he asked the question.
You know how when there's like reporters in the crowd and they're like, you over here, what's your question?" And I
Uh-huh.
didn't. I was driving and just listening, so I didn't look at it. I don't know if they showed him or whatever, but I just heard his voice and I was just like, oh God. But he's like, this is JLR from JLR investigates, and my question is, are you guys gonna charge the parents? And
Or
the
look
police
into
chief,
is it look into the parents or charge the parents? How did he word it? Do you know?
I believe he said, "Are you going to charge the parents?" But I'm terrible at rephrasing, so it could be looking to the parents. But I think it's charged because he thinks that they were involved in it some sort of way. Maybe I think they're just oblivious, and their kid is just a brat. I don't know. That's just observation, in my opinion. Um,
Yeah.
but
What do you think?
ultimately, at some point, you have
Do
to
you
give
think
her
she
some
should
kind
be
of
charged?
consequences. She needs a consequence for her action. See, we had this conversation the other day. I didn't realize so many people do this. Now, the examples that we talked about, there was an influencer. Okay, I get it. You want to get bigger, and so therefore you're going to do it. Okay. And then you said a band member, Attila, did
Yeah,
it.
yeah. A singer of a band did it. Faked this
Again,
kidnap.
that's another incident where there's a celebrity or somewhat celebrity. That way, if there's a big, ooh, they're kidnapped, it'll
Yeah.
gain them notoriety. This girl isn't either of those. So what was actually her purpose in doing what she did?
I don't know. I can't make sense of it either. I was giving her the benefit of the doubt that she maybe have some mental illness, but then they keep coming out and saying she ain't crazy. Look, if I
No,
did
I
some
don't.
dumb stuff like that, I'd be playing crazy. You know what I'm saying? She's not even trying to play crazy. She's just like, yo, I didn't have nothing better to do for my day. So I faked my kidnapping. I had, the FBI looking for me, the Secret Service, helicopters, search parties. It ain't
Is that
she's treating it like it's just a big joke.
is that the average case of somebody going missing, like the
Yeah.
Secret
They
Service and
treat,
FBI and
I mean, they treat most people the same. They needed the assistance for Secret Service, I guess, because of the computers. Because now they're trying to speed it up when you go missing. Because if you go missing and they can get into your computers, most likely they're going to find where you was going. Because most people communicate now via the internet instead of the telephone. So if they can look right into your messenger and go, okay, well, the last place she said she was going was A, B, and C, there's better odds of them finding you. Especially if you
right,
get kidnapped. Who cares if you violate my personal space if I'm kidnapped? Okay, because I want you to
right,
find me. It's more important to keep me alive than to see what I'm watching on Pornhub. So I just think that would be the thing. And I think that's why they brought in the Secret Service, FBI, things of that nature that local police and law enforcement can't do. And I think, like I said, they treat all people the same. If you went missing today, like if I called and said PJ and Lolo's missing, right? They would go on a crazy hunt for Lolo. I don't know about so much you, but the Lolo, they would have animal control. They would have everybody looking, okay? And then they would think I got rid of you, okay? They'd be like, okay, where
yeah,
is she at? Then I'll be sitting over here like Chris Watts and I ain't do it. That's just how the police handle it. So, but they're going to treat everybody the same. Every life is just as important as everybody else's life.
yeah. But
So,
you don't see cases like this on the new, even the YouTubers. I counted when I saw that JLR when I heard him. I actually when I pulled in here, I pulled up all of his videos that he's been covering this girl with, and it's literally been like 30 videos in like the last 24 hours. Is this really the hit case? Like, are we really that hard up for true crime cases that we're talking about this girl that clearly needs attention? We're giving it to her. Like, what? I
I
don't
know.
understand.
I think the consequence is that if we give one person attention, now everybody's going to be faking their kidnapping. Okay.
Exactly.
I'm
And
going to be
she's the one that
kidnapped.
wanted attention so badly, and we're literally giving it to her. Like, dude, don't. I just can't. I don't know.
Yeah. I think I had to agree with you 100% on that. Look, we're going to go through one more case and then we're going to put up the link and we'll bring people up one at a time if you want to chop it up with us about a couple of the cases that we've been talking about. But I definitely think she should be charged. Waste some time. I think there should be some restitution. I ain't saying let's lock this young lady up forever because she made a dumb decision. But I'm saying, look, you need to pay for it. You need to pay the restitution for it, whatever that may be. I'm sure it's, what did they spend? Probably $1 million looking for it.
It's gotta be. I
don't think she should have to pay the whole $1 million back because that's just, that bad.
Okay.
But it should be a good chunk of change where she feels it. You know what I'm saying? That not to do it again. I think if you don't do nothing about it and you don't hit that pocket, so people out there see, hey, this girl, man, the last person that faked their kidnapping, it cost them $100,000.
Yeah.
People won't fake their
kid.
kidnapping.
Made an example out of.
Yes. I hate to say that, but I'm glad she's okay. It's way better that she be home safe with her parents and lied and made some shit up. Right? Because my daughter lied and made some stuff up. She's still my daughter. I'm still going to love her. You know what I'm saying? And we'll deal with it. I'd much rather it be that than what they were facing. Somebody really did kidnap her. She could be dead somewhere and they get that call that their daughter's dead that nobody wants. I'd much rather get that my daughter is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and a lion ass than your daughter's dead. I'd much rather get that. So I feel for the parents. But she made horrible decisions, and she does have to pay the consequences for those.
There was rumors that she had snuck away to have an abortion. I don't know what the laws are now in that state, and so I guess maybe that's possible. But the fact that the statement from the lawyer from her said like very clearly that she was in the direct vicinity. So
yeah, but if he was trying to sneak away, why would you do something to have all the police in the whole state looking for you?
And if they were looking
into the shadows, into the dark.
Right. But not only that, but I mean, we had the Secret Service and FBI and everybody looking, and she was in the vicinity and nobody found her.
Yeah, but I think she was up in that hotel, so she was inside.
Even if she was in the hotel, they couldn't find her, really?
I mean, they can't look through the walls unless they got Superman on the police force. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they got technology. Maybe that's why they brought in the Secret Service. They needed to bring in the look through the wall technology, Yeah. So, I mean, once I heard about it, because everybody's going crazy about it a while back, why are you covering this? Because I had heard she was in the Motel 6. I was like, look, I cover cases of missing people, not people that are hanging out at Motel 6. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's different. Like, there's really important people out here that are missing, that really do need the attention. And this girl has then took that attention away from somebody that's probably really out there missing that could have used the coverage too. So, and now every time somebody goes missing, the internet's going to think it's a hoax because this girl done did it. Oh, they ain't kidnapped, right?
The cried wolf. Yeah.
Yeah, the girl, she's just like that. She's probably damn at Motel 6, right? Eating a damn Eggo.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Hopefully she gets a charge. I think she needs to learn her lesson some sort of way. And they said that they were the police chief or the individual that did the conference said that they were meeting with her attorney tomorrow. I guess she's refusing to talk, which she's not under any obligation to have to talk, I guess, unless they arrest her.
And because everything what she says now can be used against her in a court of law.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with like Leilani Simon. If she would have never said nothing, they couldn't have charged with the charges they've charged her with. But since she voluntarily talked, then they can charge her with those charges because anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. So she shouldn't have did what she did, and I hope nobody follows suit. Because there's really people that go missing, like all these people and the damn Rhode Island serial killer.
Long Island. Yeah.
Long Island. I said Rhode Island. Okay.
Yeah.
But Long Island serial killer, Rex Heuermann. Is that how you say his last name? Heuermann? And you know,
I think so.
I heard they're excavating his house, his yard. You know,
Yep.
that's the last yard they excavated, they didn't find nothing. That was in the Wanderer's yard. For y'all people that don't remember Michael Monkey Vaughn, we had them dig up that whole yard and they didn't never find Monkey. And which was a blow to everybody because everybody was just waiting for that moment that they was going to discover Monkey and these people were going to be charged with murder and this was going to all be over. But that never really came. But have you heard about them finding anything in his backyard?
No, it was my understanding that they brought dogs out in the underground radar technology, and so that was done prior to bringing the excavator, and it was hinted that possibly they may have found remains, but then it was also hinted certain things were said, like he had a soundproof room in his basement, which turned out to be false. They
I
raided
heard that.
some type of vault, and that's basically all that we've heard so far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hearing rumors that he could kill people internationally, that he could have
Yeah.
killed people in Vegas, North Carolina, South Carolina. This man is well traveled, and I'm
Hmm.
one of those people that believe those drifters are the most dangerous because they can be here and nobody not know them, take your life, and then be somewhere else tomorrow, and then nobody ever know who really done it unless they get your DNA or something of that
Yeah.
nature. So I know that I couldn't understand, really still kind of stuck on why they haven't charged him with the fourth murder, right? Because they found 4 bodies, the original 4, and they've only charged him with 3 of them. I wonder what they're waiting on to charge him with that 4th murder. Plus, of course, I think they're going to find more things that tie to him. And not only that, I think they're going to find more things that tie to this dude behind me, Brian Kohlberger. It's just going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And see, I think detectives, they probably went in, when they're looking for stuff that Kohlberger done, and they're looking for stabbings, right? But that don't mean a killer always kills the same way. He could have strangled a homeless person. He could have killed a prostitute. I mean, I don't think at any point that he started his killing spree with 4 people. Like I know at
Yeah.
some point Rex had to start his killing spree. Right? I don't think he killed 4 people. Well, they found 4 bodies, but these bodies were killed over different periods of time. And this dude tended to. What made him so strange to me is how he contacted the families. What do you think about that, PJ?
Oh, that's weird. That part was so weird. I don't even know.
That's
Are there any other? See, I find it fascinating that so many serial killers have the same tendencies, like the fact that their numbers are all connected to him some sort of way, and there's certain things that like are similar to so many different others. But was there any other killer that contacted family members? I think that's weird.
off the top of my head. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is killers out there that have contacted the family members and probably even killed family members.
Yeah.
Um, but the thing that scared me about this guy is if you kill somebody, right? You done killed this person, and you
Hmm.
contacting their family members and you're searching them and you're trying to find out who they are. Is it that you want to harass them, or maybe you want to kill somebody close to them? So I think that the families of these girls that they found, their families were in danger from this man. He could have
Well,
struck
where?
their families, and I think that's why he was messing with the families. I think he got a kick out of that, and he's a big, scary guy.
Yeah, he is a really big guy.
So think about, that's a 6'4", 300-pound man. A woman don't stand a chance against that. None of these
Mm-mm.
women stood a chance against this monster. When they walked in and seen that dude, they should have ran. That's like he's horror movie size guy.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Uh,
I'm gonna post a link, and if you guys want to discuss this with me and PJ, we will bring you up maybe 1, 2 at a time, but we're not gonna have a ton of people up here at once talking. So if you want to come up, this is the link to get into the chat. And please keep it on topic with, the Summer Wells stuff, the
I haven't
Rex.
even gotten started on that topic, and I feel like the fact that that happened last night I don't know. You can bring somebody up before I start blabbing.
Before you start blabbing. Well, if there's no proof, I mean, would Justin just come out here and lie? That's the big question. I don't know.
Well, he was just certain based on what he heard her say, but he didn't see the chat as it was going
Yeah.
by, so he didn't actually see Candace write out what he thought
Well,
she
I've
wrote.
had that happen to me. Like I'll be talking and then I'll read something out the chat, but I won't say who wrote it, and it'll sound like I said it. Okay, so I know how that can happen. All right, in the back we got Luna Moon with us. All right.
All right, in the back we got Luna.
You got to turn us down in the background, Luna.
All right, in the back we got you got to turn us down in the background, right?
Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Get her, Lolo.
Who's she
There
getting?
we go. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, hey, I want to talk about the Rex guy. There was something I heard that, okay, he's an architect and that he has been in Circleville, Ohio.
Uh-huh.
In Circleville, Ohio, they have like, I think it's 7 girls missing.
Oh,
And
wow.
with his, and just what he likes. They're that type of girl.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a big documentary about those girls and stuff on one of the true crime channels, like on the History Channel or something.
Yeah, it's dangerous to be a street worker. You know,
Yeah.
it's definitely dangerous. And not he's just one of the monsters that prey on street workers. We hear if you watch true crime or any unsolved mysteries, it's always a street worker goes. I mean, there's other people too. I guarantee you every show they include one person that's on the streets, homeless or street worker, that's missing, dead, gone, vanished. And you know why they do that? Because them are the people that are least likely to be missed or have families.
Right.
They're out on the streets, they're on drugs, they're prostituting, they're doing things like that. So people don't see them for long periods of time. So when they go missing, people don't even know.
Yeah, they're not even sure exactly what day.
Yeah.
You know, so I just was sitting here thinking, I wonder, because these disappearances all happened, I think within, oh my gosh, I would have to go back and refresh my brain about it. But I had heard that he might have been doing some, he might have been in town a lot, or in Circleville a lot. It's not a very big town. Circleville isn't, and it's one of our worst towns for that kind of scene. But he does industrial architect, doesn't he?
Well, I'm not for sure what type of architect he is. I heard this rumor that he actually did some stuff for Trump. I mean, not personally for Trump, but I guess somebody in the Trump campaign hired him to do some
in
stuff.
New York. Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's legitimate at what he does. I guess, you know, he's a reputable architect. You know, I don't know exactly what he does, but
yeah, he travels from, he travels and goes to these big companies, and that's where the big money is architecting these big industrial warehouses and things like that. And that's what Circleville basically is. And they got a lot of truckers there that come in and out of there and stuff, and they have no clue what, about who could have been behind all this, except the only thing that's in common is all them girls are missing, and they're all the same type of girl around the same age, and
here's the thing,
and they have children, and it's, even though they were workers, they were working to
do you think he wants to, like, he's into the sex with these prostitutes, or you think it's just he's into killing prostitutes? You know, there's one thing if you're into women, and like,
I have no idea.
I think he's baiting women to kill them. I don't think it's really he wants to kill women. That's what's
He just, yeah, you know what,
it's
guess
different
I
than a
never- I
dude
guess I
that wants to
never
hook
thought
up with a
about
woman.
that,
I mean,
but-
it is. It's different than a dude that has the urge to hook up with a woman because he wants to have sex.
right.
Then you want to get this woman over here so you can kill her. That's totally two different like avenues.
Right.
I don't think he was drawing these prostitutes in to have sex with them. I think he
Oh,
was in to kill them.
right. I guess I never really thought if he had sex with them or not.
Well,
All
I
I
mean,
know is they're dead.
possible, but I think
I never thought about that.
I think his fantasies is hurting people. Them
Yeah.
people like that, they want to hurt people. They don't care about what gets them off is hurting you.
Yeah.
If
What
he
they
wanted to hurt people, why would they all be the same age range and the same type of worker and the same? It had to have had some kind of sexual intent in it. It had.
Well, I'm sure all serial killers have some sexual motive.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that his fascination, what got him going, was maybe strangling women, hurting women. You know, where another dude would be like, "Ooh, you got big boobs. That's all it takes." You know what I'm saying? He might need a little more of. I hate this. I'm trying to keep it as PG as I possibly can.
yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, gosh, oh my God, I just never put that 2 and 2 part together. All I figured was these girls are turning up dead. I guess
Like
I don't want to imagine what happened to them for them
Bundy had a sexual element in the beginning, and then near the end, all he wanted to do was kill you. He wasn't worried about raping you or sexual fantasies about you. He just wanted you dead.
That's weird.
You know, so you weigh it out. Like, it's very rare that you get to see them catch such a prolific serial killer, you know, and there's been a few, and, you know, especially for our time, you know what I'm saying? If you're older, you might be around for Bundy and can remember all that, but that really wasn't I just watched the History Channel and know all that, you know? But for our time, the killers that they have caught, you see there's some sick individuals. And look, you think about this, at the time that these serial killers started, the world wasn't that crazy. So imagine the serial killers that the crazy society is breeding today.
Right now, I know.
I can't imagine it.
The scariest people in the world. I mean, they done grew up on desensitization, being desensitized on the news. Horror movies are like gruesome, brutal. You can turn on the internet and you can watch people get their damn heads cut off. So the minds that are sick and twisted, they're way more sick and twisted now.
It's like it's advanced with time.
Yeah. Society.
Well, that's games. Yeah. Sorry, Dolly. I know you love your games, but look, my son does too, and it's like, oh my gosh, you guys, that's just.
I mean, yeah, too. Of course, video games. We grow up in a way more violent world, and if we look back all the way from early when it was like the Leave It to Beaver days, there was damn serial killers. I'm just saying, there was serial killers.
Sort of grew up in.
You know, even when times were like, you know, nice, there were still people out there chopping people up. Long as you can remember, there's been somebody out there that was an axe murder or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's just going to get worse. And if you just look at society anyway, back in the day, all we had to do was worry about a serial killer. Okay. Now you got to worry about spree shooters, home invasions. There's way more out here to worry about than
you could be walking down the street and get attacked for freaking nothing.
Do you think it's more people that are doing it, or do you think it's because we have such technology to where we're being told about it more?
Well, I think we are a little more aware of it. Go ahead, Luna.
Well, I tell you, with the way these games are and everything like that, but yet they don't want us to say words online, you know, that are too trigger happy or trigger warning, like murder. Instead of, you know, they want us to say unlive ourselves, or they unlived them, or stuff like that.
Well, I think that's due to creators, though, because if you say those type of words, they demonetize your videos, and creators
I understand.
So they kind of created this underworld of what words you can say to duck.
They want to be sensitive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
and
wanting to
plus
be sensitive.
they want to monetize their videos, you know. Like you can say
But
whatever you want to say.
who's making it that would demonetize a video is what she's saying, I think. And then,
YouTube will
we have
demonetize you. There's
Yeah.
certain that there are, like she said, trigger words, and you shouldn't, they don't want said, or they
Yeah.
don't say can't say it. They'll start demonetizing your videos and things like that, not making them ad friendly, things of that nature.
And I guess what I'm also trying to get at is in the real world here, I'm learning that I have to be more sensitive around the kids that I work with, because they get their feelings hurt really easy. And I don't understand how, how I can be hurting their feelings if I'm telling them that they need to pick up their pace with their job, so that we're all working in the same pace and we're not working to back you up. We don't need to finish your job too every day. So we need to keep going. We need to help you speed up. And I automatically get called back and say, you need to be a little more sensitive. And I'm like, it's not like I yelled at the kid. I didn't say anything like you're a worthless, what. All I did was,
I'm
this
sorry.
is what we got to do.
I don't mean to be laughing while you're talking. I
No,
just
it's
saw somebody
okay,
ask
'cause
me
it
if I was
happens.
Dolly's kid. I just can't.
And it just was, I don't know. They're just too sensitive. Oh my goodness.
Yes, they are. And Luna, look, we like to thank you for joining us today. All right.
Thank you for having me
Thanks
up.
for coming up.
You have a good one.
Okay, I'll be listening.
All right, peace. All right, guys,
I was
this is
trying
the
not
link.
to read chat and be rude, and then I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I'm sorry.
Okay, so guys, this is the link. If you want to come up and chop it up with us, come on in. We just want we ask, we're going to do one person at a time, just like we would do the phone lines. That way me and PJ both can hear you. Wow, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in true crime. I mean, by the end of this summer, look, we'll have the Brian Kohlberger case, right? We'll have the Chad Dorman case. We have the Leilani case. All right, we got Miss Ann Horn in the back. Okay, Miss Leglock herself. Hey, Miss Ann.
Hey,
how you doing,
sweetie? How y'all?
Another day in paradise.
I'm telling you.
Did you want to tap in on one of these cases we were talking about, from Summer Wells to Rex, and what else we were talking about, to Carlee?
Well, on Carlee, I saw something this afternoon, and I sent it to Dumpling, a news thing or something, that it was definitely not an abduction. So anyway, the whole story, I know Dumpling's going to pick up on it and take care of it. So check with her.
Yeah, definitely. I knew that from day, like in the early beginning of it. I knew that it wasn't when she was like, there's a kid, she was following a kid, and there wasn't no missing kid. I was like, this is some bullshit right here.
Because nobody else on that interstate stopped.
Yeah, and somebody would have seen it. Somebody would have reported it. Somebody would have said, yeah, I seen a lady and a kid. But it wasn't none of that. And it was just like, she took her stuff off and she just walked off. She's an adult. She's able to do that. But she never should have called the police making a false police report. Okay, you got the right to walk off wherever you want. You ain't got to tell a soul. But when you make it look like you've been kidnapped and you calling in a fake police report, I mean, I think she should be in jail right now. If it was me, I'd be in jail.
This news story I saw said her attorney was going to talk to the police. So we shall see.
Yeah, that's what happened today at the press conference. Her attorney talked to the police. They read her statement through her attorney, and she admitted that it was a hoax.
My biggest thing is this: why are they having press conferences for hoax in the first place? Right?
Seems like a big waste of time.
The minute they knew this was a joke, this should have been over. But it wasn't. They still having press conferences. They're still like, it's stupid. You're wasting valuable efforts on some bullshit, right?
Bringing attention to something that shouldn't
money, and like, like I said, everybody's made such a big deal out of it, and all it was a hoax. Hoax happened. They happen. They shouldn't get no attention. And look, I think when we talk about those people that go in, I don't want to say it, but go into bad places and go bang, 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 and people are falling on the ground.
Right.
The more you talk about those, it seems like the more people do it. So some things you shouldn't give that attention to, like you shouldn't like show these people's faces and things like that, because some people do things just for that. Right? Like, oh, nobody likes me. They'll remember me now. You know, that type of mentality, right? And that's scary.
Yeah.
That is absolutely scary.
Here local, last night and yesterday, 2 shootings here resulting in death.
Yes, if it ain't the nicest place.
Or retaliation, I don't know. But
I could have told you that about a jail. I looked around in that jail. It's like there's some rough individuals in this jail. You can just tell. Yeah, so I don't doubt it. There's some shooting
Billy Jaw and all them. Well, you know, I'm local right here with all that. And I am shocked that I haven't heard anything on it except through here on y'all's channels.
Oh, what? Did you see the images of Billy Joe in the chicken suit?
I saw it on my Facebook. Somebody posted it. Not the chicken suit. They posted her sitting up on the stand. And
oh, the chicken, yeah.
Louie Lonnie, or whatever her name is, Liar Lonnie.
Liar
Lonnie was sitting there with her head turned like that, couldn't even face her mom. It was some kind of court thing the other day, but it only showed me a picture.
Yeah, she took the stand and testified that Leilani was in rehab 3 weeks prior to Quentin Simon going missing. Right, but I guess she got out, relapsed, and you know, but basically, I don't know if they're painting the story that she was under the influence at the time of Quentin's death, you know, but they still haven't, and you know, it's going to be really hard. You know, I say this trigger warning people because we're talking about a small kid to determine what killed that little baby. Right? I mean, we know
that's what everybody's worried about now, because Casey Anthony and that big ordeal, and it was literally the same thing. It's they couldn't determine the manner of her death, and so she had a really good lawyer, though. That's the only difference. But that's the thing that I worry about the most, is that she's going to be another Casey Anthony.
I'm hoping these Georgia prosecutors eat her up.
You may be correct, PJ, but our GBI here in this town is hell on wheels. They will get to the bottom of it and find out. I can bet you on that.
I hope so.
As far as I know, they still got his body or parts, whatever.
Yeah, trigger warning.
And they're, you know, they're going to be able to find out stuff.
Yeah, well, here's a real
big trigger.
Here's the big. I know. I big trigger warning on this. Well, you know, compacted, ran over, blah blah blah. You know, later I learned that he wasn't just in one pile. He was literally scattered throughout that place. And there was stuff as small as tissue found. Okay. So they do have some tissues and different things they found other than just bone. But he was completely scattered. He wasn't even all the way found. Okay. That's the saddest part. That they found enough of him to determine that it's him and that he's dead. But they didn't recover all of him. So some, you know, when people think about this and they take up for these people, Billy Jawbone and things like that, just remember some of that little boy is still in that landfill when you people out there taking up for him. Because that makes me so sick to see people defend these people. And Billy Joe gave birth to 2 murderers. Okay. And that is horrible. And I don't know. It just, that case outrages me. You know, it just outrages me.
It is. This whole county is upset about it. And outside of my county, which is Wichita and whoever else. But I can tell you, this county right here is very upset about it. And it's not going to stop.
Yeah.
The news people going to keep reporting on it. And, you know, it's not going to die down, in other words, where we're not going to know the outcome of everything.
Yeah, you'll know the outcome because Dolly will tell you anyway.
Yeah. Because
But look,
you could go to WTOC.com and hit the little 3 lines there when you get on that page and
uh-huh.
scroll down. It says Quentin Simon case.
There you go. All right, Miss
There.
Ann. We appreciate you joining us today.
All right.
You have a
Bye,
blessed.
Ann.
And unblock me from Uncensor.
Okay, I'll see what I
I
can
don't know
do.
who's doing it.
I'll
Yeah.
have my people. Look into it. All right, Miss Ann.
Love y'all.
All right, peace.
Bye.
All right, in the back we have Tiger the Tony. We had short legs back there, but I'm bringing people in today one at a time, so we're just not overwhelmed and it's not a bunch of people talking over each other. So without further ado, let's bring in Tiger the Tony. Tiger,
What
can
it
you
is,
hear us?
man?
What is good?
Wow.
What it
Loud
do?
and clear, bro.
So
It's all good.
we've been touching on Summer Wells, Carlee Russell. We've talked about Rex Heuermann. Is there any, you want to tap in on any of that?
Well, I would like to actually tap in on the Summer Wells, exactly what I think happened.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I'm afraid that, nah, I don't know about all that. All right, no, here, I'll tell you what I think happened. All right. I
All
think
right.
Candace and Grandis, they went to that lakeside, right?
Uh-huh.
I think that was for a pickup. That didn't happen. So she had to run her mama to the damn ER so they could get her fixed. And in the process, she knocked the hell out of Summer, and that's what happened.
You think she hit her?
So yeah, in some sort of way, yeah.
And then, what, she lose her life and then she went and disposed of her, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
My thing with that is, why wouldn't their dogs pick up on that scent in the corridor, like of a
What, like
deceased body?
body? Yeah. And they said the dogs, and look, a lot of this we getting from Don Wells himself, like this story,
Yeah.
and the timeline we're getting is all coming from them. So the police don't really have a really good solid timeline of things, because Don and Candace is the one that created the timeline. Now here's the thing.
Exactly.
He says the dogs went down the dog trail, but the dogs should have picked up everywhere, because little Summer played out there everywhere, on that swing, around the everything else, around the bus, around all that other stuff. And I also do believe that Summer Wells used to go down to Beach Creek, down where that garage is, and play, because the first place they could go search, the boys went and searched, is down by that garage. And when Don Wells came home, he goes down by that garage. That's if there was an abduction, but I really believe that something tragic happened from being in that car.
No.
Look, Tennessee hot as
Yeah.
shit. It's hot. All right.
Mhm.
You get in that car, you start sweating, temperatures go up to 125 degrees. Bam. Kids, look, I had to do some research myself. Kids at that age, their body temperature rises 3 times faster than an adult's body temperature. So a small child, what you can
Wow.
withstand, kill a small child. Okay, facts, 3 times over. So you can withstand
never
3
knew that.
times more than a small child. Yeah, your body temperature raised 3 times faster. So
Wow.
look it up, Google it. Dolly knows a couple things. Okay, and I've learned that going over this Summer Wells stuff, because everything in this world usually has to make sense. A lot of people turn it into this really, really big conspiracy, but I don't honestly think that purposely Candace Wells would hurt her baby. I know a lot of other people say differently. You know what I'm saying? That she had hurt other kids that had went up for adoption. One boy had a cracked skull, all kinds of stuff. I've heard some horrible things, but on the internet, you never really know what's true and what ain't true. So I listened to it, but I'm not 100 on it.
There's a lot of rumors there that
Okay,
actually
you
suggest
may
that
have
she
took
was
me wrong.
abusive to some sort. That because there's literally, it like, I get that there's rumors, but there's neighbors and there's different people that all say that something happened, and it definitely sounds abusive.
Yeah, have we heard any people come out and say they've seen, like, okay, in Leilani's case, right? I had a bunch of people come up to
Yeah.
me and say, hey, we seen Leilani hit that baby. Have we got a lot of people come out and say, hey, we've seen them beat on Summer? Because I haven't really heard that.
Yes.
Who?
Not just Dirty Sue either. And then there were different instances. Somebody said that Candace made the boys lay flat on the
I
concrete.
heard
get
that.
out of the
I heard
pool.
that.
Like just little stories like that. But I had heard at least 3-4 different people.
The only
say
thing
that
I heard one time was Summer couldn't have some candy when the boys could. I've heard that, but I've never heard somebody say, I seen Candace beat on Summer. I've seen her with, bruises all over. I haven't really heard nobody say that. So that's what always led me to be to, the accidental thing that, hey, she's neglectful, but I don't think she's a murderer. Okay. I just think she's a drunk, neglectful parent that didn't care.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. But I'm thinking she actually went too hard.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I didn't get that. I didn't get that vibe. That don't mean my vibe meter ain't broke. It could be absolutely broke, and she could be a really, really, really big monster. But
my thing with that is she gets drunk so often. How is she not told on herself?
that's what I can't figure out either. But would you tell on yourself if it was you going to do the rest of your life in prison? Possibly. I think you could keep that secret.
Drunk never lies.
Yeah.
You got to look at this. Look Rex. He done killed all kind of damn people. But you don't think he drinks?
Right.
He probably drinks. He never got drunk and said, hey, I killed all these prostitutes. You see what I'm saying? I mean, people even drunk know not what to say. I ain't saying that. I'll go to prison for the rest of my life. Even, and then if you were that drunk and say it, you could be like, I was drunk as shit. I don't know what I said. So then you have that drunk defense of, hey, I was belligerently drunk. I could have said I killed the Pope.
But they say a drunk man never lies.
They say that, but that ain't true. You know what I'm saying?
And then Don Wells has, law enforcement, where he talks to them and tells them about his red panty fetish. So like, how good can he lie? It's like
he was
didn't
pretty
have to tell the police exactly.
Yeah, that's a little weird. I mean, what are you doing with those panties? Oh, I'm going to take them home and do something with them later. And that is absolutely sickening, man. I can't even imagine what.
Come up with.
And he told that to a woman cop. You know that, right? He told that to a woman cop.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, and if you're doing some things like that, you have a problem, and that you need a little bit of help for. And he should probably be on a list of predators, but he's not.
Someone in chat said she may not have known what happened because she possibly blacked out. Maybe.
So, I mean, just because I got to give you the benefit of people benefit of doubt too, just because you're the most horrible parents on the planet, okay? I mean, on the whole universe, don't make you a killer, though. No. It don't make you a killer. There's a lot of horrible ass parents out there that ain't killers. That's because people's kids got taken for them before they let them die. That basically what. But there's a lot of people out there.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm telling you, a lot of people are alive today, kids, because they were taken from their parents. Okay, foster homes right now are loaded with kids that wouldn't be here if it wasn't for CPS. That's just facts.
You're right.
They take some wrong kids. They take some of the wrong kids in some situations, but they have saved a lot of lives. Okay. They saved a lot of lives. There's a lot of bad, terrible people out here that shouldn't have kids, shouldn't be around kids, shouldn't think about kids, So.
I agree.
And there's cases where that's not the case. The West Boys in California got taken by CPS and their mother.
Yeah. That's a horror story. That is a horror story about the system right there. I agree with you.
There's always a case that,
kids. But Tiger to Tony, I appreciate you coming by, my man.
10-4, brother. I'll talk to you next time.
All right, you have a good one. All right, PJ, we got your best friend in the backstage, Miss Earthquake herself, Sweet Leaf.
Nice.
Hey, Sweet Leaf.
Hey.
Leave.
Hi, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Um I just was wondering some of the new cases have y'all heard of um the girlfriend that dismembered her boyfriend in the basement? That
Don't give
trial's
me no ideas.
that trial's going on right now.
I'm
I
trying to
heard a
keep
little
my
bit about
lungs.
that. That was
Yeah.
did she beheaded him?
Yes,
Or
and
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I remember that one too myself. That girl's crazy.
yeah, the one that went crazy on her lawyer at one of the hearings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I dated her back in '97.
Oh my God, don't say that. But
He's
she's
probably
too
not
young,
kidding.
I think, for you. But anyway, that trial's going on right now, and then one that I thought was interesting was the Laredo Patrol. Um, was
I heard
on. Okay, you heard about that. I watched that one all the way through because it had the DP verdict on it
uh-huh.
in Texas. And so after he was found guilty, they went through the phase after the court with the jury on it um for that,
Uh-huh.
on whether he would get life or DP.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if y'all had heard about that one down here in Texas.
I just know this. I'm an eye for an eye kind of guy. If you take a life, right? You take an innocent life. I don't care if it's a 99-year-old woman, okay, that is on her deathbed, that's going to be dead in 30 minutes. You go in there and you take her life before her 30 minutes is up, you deserve to die. There's no doubt. I don't got to think about it twice. Simple as that.
Well,
I don't care if you kill a 10-second-year-old child or if you kill a lady that is they're about to pull the plug on. You are a killer. You don't deserve to be on this planet. That's just my belief. Everybody got their own beliefs. You ain't got to follow what I do, but that's how I feel about it. Easily.
I think sometimes that's an easy way out, though. I think that sometimes if the person has to stay alive and face what they've done, I think that's more of a punishment than just killing them.
I mean, I can agree with that, but hey, we're gonna give you I like the express lane. I don't know about everybody else.
Yeah.
We'll put your ass in 12 items or less. That's what I think.
Because we do have to pay for them if they have to sit in jail and have to even wait for the death penalty. So I mean, I think that each case probably would be different, but
I mean, they got tablets, they got damn
yeah.
cable TV, they getting food brought to them. Hell no. I'm a hell to the no.
yeah, the
No,
whole laptop and all this
Yeah.
luxury stuff. But the verdict came out to be on the second phase, which was how I was wondering it would go down for Kohlberger, because then there's a second phase. But anyway, this baby was like 18 months old. I don't think he was quite 2 years old. And she was 27. And she got asked 27 times, and the baby 2 times. And he was on patrol, did that, went home, changed, came back, and called in the scene, and he was arrested an hour later. Just within that hour, he was arrested. So it was really a quite interesting trial.
Yeah, well, like I said, I strongly believe that way. Like PJ said, she thinks it's better for some people to sit in prison. But it depends. I think it really depends on your age. If you're a really young person, I would say, yeah, give them life in prison so they can sit there for 60, 70 years. Right. But if you're somebody that's 60 years old, right, like, when you get up there in age, that's why you don't mess with old people, because they can kill you and do like 3 years in prison. They're going to be dead. You know what I'm saying?
He was in prison. I mean, he was in jail for 5 years before this went to trial. It's probably why you didn't hear much about it. But they didn't give him the DP. They gave him life, and the state, the reason I guess why they kind of agreed with that also was because of the taxpayers, but also the family having to relive every couple of years this whole thing over again, and it, you know, being a
Yeah.
constant. So I don't think that he's gonna do well in prison either, because he's considered a police, you know, patrol.
Yeah.
And
Well, they'll keep
what he
him.
did.
They'll put him in PC or something of that nature. I hate when they
Oh no,
protect.
he's going in general population.
Oh, well, good for him. That's what he gets.
Yeah, he's going in general population. So, so wait to hear about anything.
Well, justice
happening
may
with that.
still be served. But look, Sweet Leaf, we appreciate you coming up here, and I will talk to you next time. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Okay, and I think that we ought to petition the courts if they let Leilani out, because make this real quick, because if they got proof that she was at that dumpster, whether that baby was alive or not, it still caused his death anyway. So petition that.
That's
Okay.
hard to say because all right. Anyway, Sweet Leaf, I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for taking
Bye.
my call.
All right,
Bye.
peace.
Bye.
All right, so yeah, I mean, all right, we got Mab in the backstage. I'm about to bring you in, Mab, but I wanted to say this to PJ, like, she's saying that, even because she threw her in the dumpster, that baby could have been alive when she put her in the dumpster. I don't believe that to be the case.
I would hope not.
And then that, there's a million ways that baby could have died. Right? They're saying the
I would
police.
hope that they would have some kind of idea before they did the charges, though. And then the fact that they're petitioning to have her diaries brought in. Somebody said something somewhere. I don't know. It's like I can't think of that. Like they have no clue, because to me, then that's like, oh, there's no hope, and then I'm just right back to Casey Anthony. But
yeah, I wanted them diaries hold the answers. That's the $1 million question. We don't know yet what's in those diaries. We'll learn soon, though. We'll learn soon. All right, let's bring Mab in. We got thank you, Joan Slane, and Angela D for joining up, becoming a member, keeping Dolly alive. All right.
Woo!
All right, and Mab, what is up, Mab?
What is up?
Another day in YouTube paradise.
What's up?
So we've been discussing Summer Wells today. We've been discussing Rex Heuermann, and we also been discussing Carlee Russell, the girl that vanished but didn't vanish, that went missing but didn't go missing.
Man, what would you do if your daughter did that?
Looks like JLR is all over that Carlee Russell case.
It ain't a case. She ain't missing.
I mean, whatever. He's there. He's
there. He's all over there, but it ain't in a case. A case involves missing people and a real crime.
He's going in tunnels and finding hidden
Why?
ways.
She ain't missing. Go to her house. She's right there. Knock on the door.
Yeah.
Hey, Carlee.
He's trying to put together how she made her escape.
Oh, how she made it. She walked off. That's how she did it. That's hard. Out there. That's a hard one. I would have never guessed.
Somebody out there picked her up. Somebody out there is an accomplice in this deal.
Huh.
Her ass got out, walked across through some woods, and then all one of her boo things. That's all that happened. I don't even care so much. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is why do people care about somebody that ain't missing? I mean, still, they're doing press conference. The woman you ain't missing. Can we do a press conference for somebody that is missing? I'm sure somebody went missing today. I'm sure of it. People get kidnapped every day, every couple hours in this country. They didn't get a press conference today because some girl that faked her disappearance got a press conference today. We could have got a damn press conference from damn Summer Wells stuff, but no, we get a press conference from a chick that ain't even missing.
I'm pretty sure he even said we were going to get a press conference when they decide if they're going to charge her or not. And I'm thinking, like, why?
We need a press conference. We're going to call a big ass press conference. Media, come on in. JLR2, right? We're going to charge this girl with misdemeanor lying to the police. She's going to do 30 days in jail. Let's make a big fucking deal about it, right? That's what it is. What is her crime?
Pay back the money.
Pay back that money. That's where you hit her. You hit that woman in the pocket. Boom, right in the pocket. Be like, all right, you can be paying for college and this fee for the rest of your life.
I think her mama and daddy would take care of it, though. For some, I don't know what it is. I just get some kind of insight on people, and I feel like she's just been never said no to. She's just been handed things all her life, and that her mom and dad would handle it for her anyway. But I don't think she's going to learn her lesson until somebody gives her some type of punishment.
Aren't they rich, kind of into real estate?
Mm-hmm.
So she's just a spoiled ass kid, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's what it seems like to me.
And she just came up with this elaborate hoax just so she could what? She could have did all this without doing that. That's the weird thing. And why ain't she been charged with stealing from her job? Let me steal something. I'm in jail. Let me lie to the police. I'll be in jail. Let me make a false police report. I'll be in jail. It's all these things, and she's not in jail. And it's just like, okay, that ain't good. You got because the next person's gonna think, well, I can get away with this. I can do this. You set an example so people we don't want to turn on news every day and people are faking their kidnappers, and then when somebody really gets kidnapped, nobody cares.
Yeah, it's like Sherry Papini.
Yeah, it's like the little boy cried wolf is what it is. Then when the big bad wolf's really out there, we're like, oh no, it ain't. And they say, we step outside and the wolf bites you right in the face. Gah!
So did they go over Huberman's property with ground penetrating radar or something?
Yeah.
Yes, and they're excavating it. Okay, they said that the evidence they found is fruitful.
Ooh.
What do you think fruitful means there, PJ?
I really thought that was the weirdest word that possibly could have used, but something that bears fruit means that it's got
something good
there. Something there, yeah.
Something's there, yeah.
Something relevant to the case.
They found something. They found some fruitful sounds like, hey, I found a couple apples and oranges.
He didn't do just 3.
No, he's killed a lot of people. He's killed a lot of people.
Did you see the interview of the one that got away? Blonde hair, with braids down.
No,
did she get away or he just not kill her?
No, he had a date. She had a date with him back in 10 years ago. But she got freaked out because he started talking about the GILGO Beach murders.
And she got up and left.
She got freaked out, and he wanted her to get in his car. She said, "No, I'm not leaving my car. I'm not going down to that GILGO Beach area with you." She got there.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, she lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
Or she's full of shit and needed some attention. One or the other.
One or the other.
Yeah, Oh yeah, he tried to pick me up. There's people like that just want some type of media attention, and they'll say any damn thing. I've seen people confess to murders they didn't commit. That makes sense. Why would you confess to a murder you didn't commit? But it happens. It happens. I'm like, it's a strange world we live in. And he's just one of the monsters, and he's a monster from a long time ago. They ain't caught no recent monsters lately. But there's people in this country getting murdered every day.
Yeah.
And that part about them finding a soundproof room in his basement was actually not true.
Yeah, I had heard that, like
somebody in chat said that they heard that they found a soundproof basement or something, and that's not true.
I just know this: if I'm killing people, I'm not putting them in my yard. Maybe my neighbor's yard. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in Mab's yard, but I'm damn sure ain't putting them in my yard. Because they're gonna look in your yard. This woman says Court TV says more than one person involved in those murders. I'm sure there's, you get an area that's populated, you might have more than one killer. Like you go to California, there's like 3 or 4 active serial killers. There's a couple active serial killers here in Virginia. Okay, so we got Short Legs in the backstage. Be patient, Short Legs. I'll bring you up in 1 second. All right, Mab, I appreciate you coming back. You be good. All right, peace. All right, we bringing up your best friend now there, PJ. Short Legs!
Hey,
Hey,
DJ. Hi, Dolly. All
Hey.
right. Yeah, I'm really happy that they caught that Rex Heuermann, even though nobody's too much into that case. I think it's very important. And something that they haven't talked about was the bodies were found because of a forensic class that went there to practice.
Wow, I didn't.
One of the
Wow.
students, yeah, one of the students found one of the women buried.
What?
Ain't that crazy as shit? You going there to go study some shit and you find? I didn't even know that. I didn't even
Why
know
Yeah,
that.
wouldn't they
nobody
put that as
remembers
the
it, but I
title of the
remember
story?
it.
Damn.
I
So you
remember it.
Caitlin. Joan says, do more people want to see Rex killed or life in prison? That's a good question. If you want to see Rex get the DP, press 1. Or if you want to see him get life in prison, press 2. Okay. Thank you, Joan, for your donation to the channel. Keeping Dolly alive. Keeping Dolly alive. So yeah, that's insane, short legs. That's just
They
absolutely.
looked for him for so long. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad they finally found him. And it was DNA because somebody thought he was strange. So the
Yeah.
police, I guess, went and obtained this big man, and he was big. That's a big dude. Did you see how tall he was? Taller than all the police?
He's 6'4", over 300 pounds. That's damn King Kong Bundy right there. That's
I mean, I'd be scared to death of the guy.
all right.
Oh my god.
We got Dumpling in the back. We'll bring you in a minute, Dumpling. So I bet
Okay.
you're up that way too, towards where this is going on. So I'm pretty sure you're glad.
Yes.
Up the
Oh
street.
yeah, it was a big thing up here. Yeah,
I
all
wonder if
over New York news.
you know, I'm sure people that had to be scared of this man were street workers, but I wonder if he killed anybody else that wasn't a street worker. You see what I'm
They
saying?
haven't found anything else, but now that they're digging up his yard, I believe they're finding stuff and finding evidence of the murder still like embedded, like some DNA embedded in that house. He was apparently also a hoarder, so the house is full of junk. So,
Okay.
which is making it a little harder.
Yeah, because they got to go through all of it.
They're taking everything out, putting it on the backyard, I think, and
these serial
checking
killers,
them.
they usually take items from people. Okay,
Like
matter
as
of
a
fact,
souvenir.
BTK said he was a clone of him.
Yeah, they do. They tend to take souvenirs. He seemed like that type too.
Yeah, BTK took stuff, and BTK says there's a lot of similarities between himself and this Rex Huberman guy, and I believe he's took little trophies too. So if they find these things with things that don't make
Obviously,
sense,
he kept a lot of stuff, so there's probably also something from the victims.
and strange enough, he was searching the victims' families. He was contacting the victims' families. That makes it a little odd, a little strange. A lot of killers contact the media and the police. That happens a lot, believe it or not. But to contact the families is a little more rare. And to make it like you're going to go after the families, because he wasn't just calling them, he was searching for them. He was searching with their locations and shit.
Yeah, that's so odd. Yeah.
So that makes it think, okay, not only you calling this person, you calling their mama, but you also looking to find out where their mama's at. Maybe you enjoy killing that person so much you want to kill somebody else like them. You know what I'm saying?
That's weird.
If that seems weird, it does, but there's motive to what these crazy people do in their mind. To
And
them,
how close he lived is unbelievable, and he was still there. How close he lived to where he, laid the women to rest. Yeah.
Yeah, and the vehicle and all the dummy phones and the bird. It seems like he would have been smarter than he was, but I guess there's crooks ain't geniuses.
How are you married
He
to
was
this guy? You have no
he was
idea
one of
he's
those
doing that.
hiding in plain sight type of people. He was right there. And I wonder how many times he went to that beach afterwards. It's so strange.
Probably a lot. He probably was reliving that stuff in his mind, like some Hannibal Lecter shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but they do say most serial killers are above average intelligence. We look at Kohlberger, you know what, he was getting his master's degree in criminology. That would make you a pretty intelligent guy. I would say he was a pretty smart guy, other than the fact you got caught in the dumbest ways humanly possible. You know, you drove your own car to a crime. You left your knife sheath with it should have been on a belt. You know, I was thinking, how does the knife
Yeah.
sheath is to me, sometimes I think he wanted to get caught. It was one of those, like, I want the attention, I want to get caught, and he
I
left.
don't think he wanted to get caught, but he was going to play a game of cat and mice. It was going to happen again.
Yeah, he was
You
definitely
know?
playing, or he thought they just still wouldn't figure it out with what he left. But it's like he left clues purposely.
Yeah.
He purposely left some clues. I mean, or he is a
Well, I think he left the sheath purposefully, but he didn't mean to leave his DNA on it.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think he meant to leave the DNA. The DNA did him in, you know, and that's what does every criminal in these days. It's hard to dispute your DNA. And, you know, the fact is, he said he'd never been in that house. If I was him, I'd have lied and been like, I've been in the house. You know what I'm saying? Because if he's been in the house, there's elements of trace DNA that could be passed. I've been in that house a bunch of times at parties, but he's making it clear that he don't know these girls. This is what his defense team is, that he has no communications with them and he's never been in that house. But that don't explain that DNA whatsoever. And I guess they're going to try to attack that DNA as not being legitimate.
I still don't understand how he managed to get out of that house with doing all that stabbing and there's no blood evidence
Blood in the car.
Anyhow, I mean,
yeah, and no hairs.
Even with a suit, even if he had a full suit on, and I mean, did he change out of it before he left the house? And then even then, you still are going to have
carpet fibers, all kinds of shit, right? I thought the same thing. I've seen killers get caught as much as a carpet fiber in the hair that matched the carpet at a house. And I'm thinking to myself, how could the same kind of thing this PJ just said? You can brutally murder somebody. You can have blood sprayed on you from head to toe because you know he stabbed them girls brutally, and you know we seen where their wounds were. There was blood on him. And to get in that car and they not find nothing.
Well, yeah, they talked about a special vacuum that they used to remove DNA, and that he may have had access to that and remove DNA out of the car.
Somebody in the chat said they think that he showered in the house. What was the time frame these murders
6
occurred?
minutes.
Wasn't it like right? So like
6 minutes. Yeah.
How?
I have listened. There is a movie, a Clint Eastwood movie out there where there was a killer.
And the dog hair, the one dog hair also links him to the scene of the crime.
Yeah,
the one dog hair.
Are they
because he was never in that house. He was never around that dog.
Are they saying
how did the dog hair get into the car?
Are they saying the dog hair is the dog's dog hair?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
But I didn't think they could do a direct match on a dog hair. I thought they could just tell what breed of dog it was.
No, they can do a match.
No, I don't think they can. I don't think they can do
dogs have DNA.
I know they have DNA and they can tell like the breed in the bloodline, but I don't think they can specify this is the dog.
They can match it to that dog. Yeah.
I don't think I read that. I thought I heard something about something like that, but I don't remember.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I thought that's what I heard too, that they could tell you the species and the bloodline and things like that, but they couldn't tell you directly if this hair came from exactly this dog.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know.
Yes, DNA on dogs. Dogs have DNA, Dolly. I ain't say I might be wrong, but I just heard that they could tell the bloodline, the species thing, but I didn't never hear they could tell this is the direct dog like they could with a human's DNA.
From one piece of hair? That's fascinating.
That's all it takes. Skin cell. It don't even take that.
Yeah.
It's just a little piece of a skin cell. It'll give you a DNA profile.
Yeah,
that
was in the sheet, right?
So
especially if it has the root to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they pulled the DNA.
They didn't talk about whether it had the root on it or not, but
the Long Island serial killer, right? They got his DNA right off a piece of pizza.
Yeah.
So it don't take much to get you. So and
I'm so glad they got that guy.
Holy. catch any serial killer, I figure one less person that's a danger to the community. That's one less woman that'll come up missing. You know what I'm saying? That won't come up missing. So get all these people off the street, as many as you can. And soon technology, everywhere there's starting to be cameras. People are getting away with less and less crimes. It's probably a good thing because, you know, if you know you're going to get caught, you're less likely to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have such a problem with cameras being everywhere. Like when I go into Walmart, there's 7 million cameras in Walmart. I never care
Every
about
aisle.
I
You know why? You know why I
That's
don't
true.
care? You know why I don't care? Because I'm not doing anything wrong. I think if you,
You know
have really
when you're gonna start to care
I
when they start to
always think
detect
to
the
myself,
amount of
okay, let's not look at the cameras, and they make sounds too. Like you'll hear 'em beep beep, you know, and stuff like that. It's weird.
the cameras are gonna start to detect your body motion and the amount of sweat and everything that you're doing to detect whether or not you're doing
Oh my,
something deceptive. I don't.
Yeah, but you a big old
that's
conspiracy theorist.
crazy.
We know that.
Okay.
I do anyway. I do. I hear it all the
Uh-huh.
time. Conspiracies. So, but look, short legs. We appreciate you coming up here.
Okay, wait a minute. The one other thing was they won't release the affidavit to Quentin Simon because people were threatening the FBI, so they didn't want to release how she killed the baby.
People were threatening the FBI. I see that. But who
What?
calls the FBI and threatens the FBI?
I thought they had
That's
to
what they
release that in
said.
order to charge her.
I mean, I never heard of it not being released, but apparently in this particular case, they won't release it because people are mad.
I know they're really hush hush about this shit in Georgia. They're making it out to be like it's like, I don't know, like you can't share what's going on. I like everything real transparent. I think if you break the law, everything should be transparent. You should be able to see it. You should be able to watch it on TV because you post as a right. You have the right to go and sit in the courtroom. Why can't I sit and watch it on TV? You know, in 2023, that is the courtroom. We can all see these criminals go to prison. I think we need to see people go to prison. That'll keep people from committing these same type of crimes or thinking it's okay to fake your disappearance or these horrible things that people are doing. You know, I'd rather be real transparent and say, hey, this is something that's for, you know, you did this in the public, right? This is a crime in the public setting. It should all be public. Simple as that.
I didn't know though that the U.S. Department of Justice could actually override, you know, justice. I don't know what just to say. Justice of releasing the affidavit so that people would know what really happened. To me, that seemed really important to release.
Well, what if their affidavit includes other family members and things like that, and you release it and you put, let's say you put Paul in danger, you put Billy Joe in danger, you put Michael in danger, or something that could put the two boys or Danny in danger. I mean, you just really don't know what it says. So, I mean, I can understand some things not being released if it's going to endanger other people, but if it ain't endangering nobody else, I say release it.
Well, if they're being under threat now, wouldn't it be because they haven't released the information?
Who the hell threatens the FBI? The FBI knows that.
I don't know. I never heard of it before. Who even knows who the FBI is?
Anonymous.
Oh
You
my
can,
God.
the agents have names. They hand
I'm
you their
gonna
business.
go hunt them down. I'm like, oh my God, give
Yes.
me a break.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The FBI already knows everything when they come. They don't. I don't get that one. Who calls and picks on the FBI? They'll come put your ass in jail. As soon as you call them and say something stupid, you going to jail.
I would think so. I would think that wouldn't be the number to call. Yeah,
That's
that wouldn't be
federal
the
shit.
number to threaten.
Yeah, you're going to the federal pen. At that point, you might as well be
That's
JLR.
the feds. Yeah.
Sing and shit. They got a special prison for your ass when you commit them federal crimes. So, ain't no parts in that. All right, short legs, you be good.
Okay, I'm done.
See you.
Peace
Bye.
out. Bye-bye.
Okay, a lot of good people with a lot of stuff tonight. I'd like I said, I believe
Did
in
you
the
forget Dumpling?
She was back there, but then she jumped out because we were only bringing up one at a time. So I don't
Yeah.
see her back there now, and I don't know if that was actually Dumpling. It may have been because usually Dumpling shows herself, and that person never showed herself. So I don't know if that was Dumpling or not. And a lot of people do like to clone her name for some reason. I don't know. It's just one of those things.
She's clonable.
So let's back it up a little bit because we just got a few more minutes here with you guys. PJ, do you think there's ever going to be some justice or closure for Summer Wells?
Oh no, I hope so. I hope so. I do think so. There has to be, because I guess in life I operate that everything that's done in the dark always comes to light. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I think that her parents aren't helping any. It's sad,
Yeah.
but
And me, I pretty much think, you know, that they know something. I'm not going to say that they are responsible. I mean, under the guise of neglect, I think they're responsible. But under like, I don't think they murdered their child. Neglectful as parents, I think so, because of the drinking and the drugs, and that led to little Summer Wells' demise, and they've covered it up. Carlee Russell, should she be in jail, PJ?
she should be in jail. She should have been in jail already. She should have been arrested when she got found. Like what?
Yeah, see, soon as they found out, the police found out she was lying, I think she should
What
have
are
been
they
arrested.
waiting for? And then we're gonna have a press conference to discuss that she's gonna get charged. I don't.
Yeah, and it ain't nothing horrible because the charges ain't like, they don't put killers away forever. You know what I'm saying? In this
Yeah.
world we live in, they don't even put killers away forever. So what do you think they're going to do to her? They ain't going to do much to her.
The last person that did it was an influencer, and she got 13 days.
13 days. That's what I'm talking about. You know,
Mhm.
I could do 13 days standing on my head. And the Rex guy, like, do you think they're going to find more people, PJ?
Yes. Oh yeah.
I agree with you on that one. And I think, like, even in the Kohlberger thing, I think if they dug far enough back, they would find something.
The
All right.
Kohlberger stuff is really still wishy to me. Like the fact that the roommates didn't call the cops until a certain amount of time later. I don't know, 4 or 6 hours, whatever. Who even knows when the guy even left? Like, how do you know he didn't party there and then leave later than they said he left? It's just the whole part of just that part of the story. Is just, I feel like we're missing parts of the story for that.
Yeah,
case.
we're missing the DM part. I can't wait to hear what DM says in the Kohlberger stuff. But look, guys, me and PJ want to thank. Wait. We were getting ready, but I think this is Dumpling in the back. Let's throw up a screen to make sure it's Dumpling because I don't want to see any wild willies or anything like that today.
It's me. It's me.
Okay, it's Dumpling. It's Dumpling. Okay, what's up, Dumpling?
I had to come see our girl PJ. I'm so excited to see y'all.
One of my AirPods died, so I can only hear out of one ear.
Oh no. I'm
It
excited to
feels
see y'all up here together. Y'all are awesome. Hey, I have bleach on my hair, so I gotta hurry and get down, but I just wanted to make sure I got to say hi to PJ.
Okay.
Hi.
Well, hey, Dumpling, it's good to see you.
All right, bye.
All right.
Bye.
All right. So, guys, me and PJ will be back tomorrow night, same time, same bat channel, discussing some of this and some other cases tomorrow night. So make sure you join us. We'll be here Monday through Thursday. We ain't here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we're going to get ready to get out of here. If you haven't, make sure you hit the like on the video. Even though I'm ugly, PJ's not. Okay, so that means you can like the video. Okay, haters, y'all can like it. I'm ugly, but she ain't. So like it for her beauty. And we're about to go get us some food. And I will see you guys late tonight on Dolly Uncensored. Y'all have a good one. And like I said, me and PJ, I'll see you tomorrow. Later, guys.
Bye.
You want to say bye, PJ?
Bicycle.
Bicycle. All right, later, guys.